Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we are back on Forza Horizon 4. Today we have got two cars to win this season. First of all, we've got one new car and one old car. The new car is the 2012 Cadillac Escalade ESV. The car we've already had in the game, but is a wheelspin exclusive car. The 1973 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am SD455. So that car is a wheelspin exclusive, as I previously mentioned. If you don't have it, I would buy it either through the auction house if you can find one, or do this race if you have an online connection and you're good at playground games. Because you have to complete the playground game, whatever that one is. I'm not quite sure what that is. I don't play online enough to tell you what mode that is, but I'm sure you'll find it. So complete that mode, and then you can gain the Pontiac. But of course, you've got to remember that's a wheelspin only car. So if you don't have it, I would get it through that. But the car that is brand new, that was in Horizon 3, but has now been brought into Horizon 4, is the 2012 Cadillac Escalade. So I've just done the race now. You had to do some races in an SUV. Not too difficult. It was here and there. The race was a bit tight around some corners and so on. The best cars I used was the Range Rover Sport SVR and the Bentley Bentayga. They were my two cars I used. But I do recommend using the Lamborghini Urus or perhaps the Jeep Trailcat. They're two good cars to use. The Cherokee, is it Cherokee Trailcat? Yeah, that one. They're a couple of good cars to use. Right, so let's take a look at what we've got on the Forzathon shop too. So we go over the Forzathon shop. We can see here, right, so the seasonal reward, so through the Forzathon shop, is the 2018 KTM Expo GT4, or Crossbow, whichever one you want to call it. That, of course, again, is a Forzathon shop exclusive, so if you don't have one of them, I would buy one now. I like that car a lot. I think the grip is one of the most grippiest cars in this game. And but I do find the gear ratios are a bit wrong in that car. Like the acceleration's not very good, but the grip is immense. So if you've tuned the engine up to be extremely quick, then that's a very, very good car to use. So moving on to the Cadillac. So unfortunately, I've reviewed most of the cars before. The Cadillac I haven't done before because of course it's brand new. The Pontiac is a car that's already been in the game. But the KTM I've already reviewed in a previous video a few months ago when it came out for the first time. So let's just take a look at the Cadillac today. I know it's going to be a little bit of a boring video today, as there's only one car to take a look at. It's been in Horizon 3 before, but well, let's just take a look at it anyway. So this was another car I was quite shocked about once they actually removed it from Horizon 3 into 4. I saw it wasn't on the list. I was quite immensely shocked because I thought this was a car that everyone liked. Now, I know it's a huge American gangster mobile, but it's brilliant. It's a good thing to look at, and it's just immensely big. So you see there's got quite a small looking engine, but I can't imagine it's particularly small. I think most of it, the engine's been pushed back, and it's kind of compacted into this tiny little engine bay. It's quite surprising, actually. Oh, wrong button. So yeah, I was quite surprised. I did love the sound it made in Horizon 3, so hopefully it's got the same noise. But no, in this game I might be disappointed. Huge boot. Can't really comment much on that, apart from it being ginormous. Open the rear doors, which I'm not quite sure if you could do that in Horizon 3. Got some nice TV screens going on here. Pure luxury. You even got a USB port there. Charging your phone up. You've got a headphone jack. All the stuff you need. Not bad foot space either. Let's jump out of here. And spin round to the driver's seat. Get away from the boot. There we go. Open this up and take a look inside. Now, there's one thing that did bother me about this. Is the odd wood design. It doesn't particularly bother me, but it's kind of weird the fact that it's got a dark wood around the steering wheel and around here, but then it's got this really light patch there. I don't know what's going on there. It looks like a custom design of some kind. I think this says platinum down there. Does it say platinum down there? I can't really see. I think it says platinum there, so I guess that's part of the platinum pack. That's what I guess you can get a platinum pack for this, which is giving it that little custom design or brighter wood there. Nice place to be. Very, very big. It won't be very good in the UK to use this. It's definitely a bit too big for our little country roads. I know this game definitely sort of overstates the size of roads in this. Now you go across a country road and it's about the size of 3 cars, when in there it's just about the size of 1 car. I don't know why I've gone the auction house there. It's kind of pointless going that way. But let's have a look at their tuning options. I don't even know where I'm going. Right, custom upgrades. So visual wise, we're just going to check visual wise. We've got the Forza bumper as expected. Rear spoiler, we've got... Whoa, that was unexpected. This ginormous rear wing that looks like a drift spoiler was meant to be on an LM race car, but it's not. It's on the back of this Cadillac. The purpose of it, I have no idea. But that's ginormous. That was definitely very unexpected. Let's have a look at the colours as well, but I do think the best colour for this is black. It just suits it so well. We're even the idea that the guys on the Turn 10 live stream said that they'd be looking forward to seeing people doing cruises with these and the Cadillac limos, like for doing like presidential escorts, that sort of thing. Which is a cool idea. I'm sure that if I ever gain online, I might do the same thing. So we've got red, grey, kind of beigey grey, silver, and then we've got blue, another black, silver, and white. I quite like it in grey as well. That looks quite good, but it's kind of bronzy though, which is a bit unfortunate. The only thing I don't like about these houses is the fact that the light changes all the time, which was my concern when they first revealed the fact that we would have the houses in this and the natural light and all that. One thing I do find is that it's hard to pinpoint the exact colour you want. Sometimes I've mentioned this before. Like I chose a colour on my Porsche 911, the Turbo S. So it's a brilliant colour. I like that. It's a nice grey silver colour. Drove around with it. As soon as it went to the loading screen, loading into a race, it turned out to be brown. So I don't know. Sometimes the colours can be a bit deceiving in this when you do it on your driveway on the house. But it's a cool effect either way. Right, let's give this thing a drive. I'm just blabbing on again now. As to be honest, it's all I need to do. There's the Pontiac, which is awesome. If you don't have one, I'll get one anyway. Wow, that sounds amazing. They've changed the noise. I think what they've done really is just boosted up the sound from Horizon 3. I just can't. That sounds amazing. I'm so happy with the fact they've actually kept this thing sounding good. Because as I mentioned earlier, in Horizon 3, it sounded brilliant, which it pretty much sounded exactly the same as this, really. But they've really jazzed it up a bit. It just sounds really, really good. Just how I expected it to sound, actually. It's not very fast, though. That's to say the least. See, this is what I'm expecting from you now, Turn 10, if you're listening. I'm expecting unique car sounds and more interesting car sounds, more realistic car sounds. I can tell you that there's a slight bit in between the rev range where you can hear the GT350 Ford sound, which is okay because it's blown away by this. It sounds completely unique, it sounds completely different. But they've used the sound they've already got and then enhanced it to change it to sound more realistic, which is good. Well, there are lots of other cars in this game, like the Pagani Huayra, for example. That car irritates me for several reasons. One, that doesn't have the turbo back flutters and things that it should have. because that car's renowned for having really big turbo backfires and that sort of thing. Blow-offs, I think is the phrase. But at really low revs, it sounds like a Lamborghini Aventador, which doesn't make any sense at all. Other car sounds, my fault, that I've mentioned previously, things like the Jaguar F-Type S-Type R, that's the one, not the SVR, we haven't got that one in this game yet. But it sounds terrible. They've just reused this sound from Motorsport 7 that sounded absolutely dreadful, sounded nothing like it should. So I could sit here and complain about car sounds in this game all day. The two that really mainly get me are the Ferrari Enzo / MC12 and the Maserati Gran Turismo S. As well as the, as I say, there's main two, but the list goes on. This car gives me hope in some ways that they are planning to keep the car sounds like from Horizon 3. Maybe even to make them better. Because the LaFerrari in Horizon 3, even the FXXK, sounded epic. It sounded perfect. But they brought it into this and made it sound like an F12. You think, why? Why did you do that? Why did you even bother? But the only reason why I've heard is the fact that they've used a new sound technology, I could say, which allows Turn 10 to be able to manipulate sounds of backfires and pops in the exhaust and that kind of thing. Which you can definitely tell, like when you let go of the accelerator in the Pagani Huayra, another thing that irritates me, when you get low, it makes this horrid crackle noise, which would make sense if they had it only for like half a second at low revs, like maybe from around, I don't know what the RPM range is on a Huayra, but maybe 4,500 RPM to 4,000. Like it makes a little crackle every now and again. That would sound good. Where this one makes this crackle throughout, and it just makes it sound horrible. And that's why I don't drive it. The same as the Sesto Elemento. That's got a fantastic noise. But then when you let go of the accelerator, it makes this horrible crackle noise. So I just don't bother driving it. But I still have hope that Turn 10 are working on the car sounds. Proven by this Escalade that the sound is from Horizon 3, they've just boosted it up a bit. I think they mixed even a bit of Horizon 2 in there somewhere. And it sounds good, sounds realistic, so I have hopes. Also, I've noticed that people are complaining a hell of a lot about the online on this game. I don't care less about online because I never play it, so it doesn't make any difference to me. But I know a lot of players never even play in story mode on their own. They go straight to online. But the online's terrible in this. I notice that people are crashing all the time. They can't join other people's races. They can't join events. They can't do anything. Just keep getting crashed out all the time. So I can imagine Turn 10 are going to focus their efforts on that first of all. Until that's fixed, and once they've added some more features into the game, they're going to start creating on the quality of life kind of things, like the car sounds. Now, I reckon probably deep inside in the office in Turn 10, they're feeling quite disappointed in the fact that we're moaning about the car sounds all the time. But then if they make the car sounds sound terrible in the first place, we're going to moan. Especially if the car sounded like this in Horizon 3, I really don't think I would have complained so much, especially that the main game I played before Horizon 3 was Test Drive Unlimited 2. Test Drive Unlimited 2 had the worst car sounds, one of the worst car sounds in the world. They're terrible. But the game made up for it in the fact they had more other features that made up for it. But once I played Horizon 3, that was my expectations for Forza. I knew they made fantastic graphics, fantastic, very big car list, and amazing car sounds. Now, I know we have sacrificed a few things to have a car list and a good car sounds and things. Like the map isn't very big. So what? Look at the size of the car list. Look at the details of the graphics. That sort of thing. Then the fact you can't actually look around the car while driving. That's another sacrifice for a huge car list and good car sounds. But the car sounds in this aren't very good, which is an irritating thing, especially after playing Horizon 3. I feel like we've been let down. The game's been downgraded. It sounded amazing. Now, I know you can't drive the LFA in this game anymore, but the LFA sounded immense in Horizon 3. Same as the Carrera GT Porsche. That sounds amazing in Horizon 3, but now it kind of sounds like a 2005 Need for Speed sound, which is good, but it just doesn't sound realistic, which I'm after the realistic noises. The Audi R8, the Bugatti Chiron, they're the two cars that prove to us that Forza can do it, that Turn 10 can do this, can make fantastic car sounds, but they're just failing to do it for all the others. But I have hope. However, if no major fixes have been done with the car sounds by maybe the end of July, so around August time, I'll start getting worried, because that means it's approaching a year of the game being out and the car sounds still haven't really been fixed. I would expect some kind of major fix to happen by then. But of course, we've got to give them some time, and give them some time to fix the updates for the online and that sort of thing, as that takes priority at the moment, because they want to keep players back and keep them going. I know the car sounds is putting me off. I don't play the game as often anymore, because I know that I've bought all the cars now, which is one thing will put me off playing the game as it is, which isn't a problem. I'm not saying that it was too easy to buy cars, but I'm trying to say it's just I don't like to drive the cars very often, because I know that about 85% of them sound good, but they're not brilliant. But then there's the other 25% or so, or even less, well, maybe more, maybe less. I say 25%. It's maybe a bit too much, maybe a bit too less. Um, Sound terrible. I just don't like to drive them. The Audi RS6, yeah, it sounds good, but it doesn't sound realistic. It sounds okay. That it's copable. It's not as bad as the Gran Turismo S Maserati. That sounds awful. It sounds like a Ferrari. That's obviously not right. You just go on YouTube. There's a video that's quite popular with that car. That's done like a GoPro footage by the exhaust. That video is heavenly to listen to, but it doesn't sound anywhere near it in the game. So I have hope they'll change it in the future. So this car has given me a tiny bit of hope now that they're on their way of making cars sound good and maybe sound similar to Horizon 3, which is one of the best sounding games I've ever played. So yeah, there's my 3 minutes worth of jibber jabbering on about car sounds, which I know was not the purpose of this video, but I thought this video felt a little bit short because I've only had to look at one car when the others I've done reviews before. And the Pontiac was in Horizon 3 anyway, so all I had to tell you is just one way to get it, and it's a wheelspin exclusive. So I just felt like it was a good time just to talk about car sounds, especially how promising this car is to me. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this video today. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully you agree with me about the car sounds. And yeah, maybe I might talk about the car list in the next video. I might sort of introduce it next week once the last car is released for this month's DLCs. So once that comes out, I might just talk about the car list and how you can help Turn 10 and their cars. But I think if you watch lots of other YouTubers, you probably know already, but I like to sort of put my little point out just to show I am listening. I'm joking, right. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this video. Hopefully I found it useful, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Bye.